What's up everybody, we're back with another episode of the Jeep build. Now if you've been following along, you'll know that we're pretty deep into fabrication on the Jeep, and this last week we encountered a couple problems. We encountered our arch nemesis rust, and in trying to fix some of the spots on this Jeep, we found some other problem areas that needed attention. But it's nothing for the crew that we got here. We're able to make some changes in the plans and incorporate some different pieces to really make this a 100% job where we're not just kind of patching over a couple old pieces. Now you'll notice in this episode we got the rear strengthening plates done on the WJ. Our guy, the fabricator, the hood, was able to make those pieces look fit on there. And after some grinding and some little bit of magic and a little bit of love, he was almost able to make it look like they never got installed in the first place. I also ran into a little bit of an issue this week with getting some wheels balanced, but we'll let you guys see the rest of the episode to find out what we all ran into. So a couple weeks ago, we hit one of those oh no moments. I went to make a phone call. We hit up one of our vendors saying, hey, we need one of these tough wheels. Our customer wants to run a fifth wheel spare, and then found out that that wheel was actually on back order for a couple weeks. So we hit panic mode for a second, and then I was able to make a few phone calls. We reached out to some vendors. They tracked one down for us, and it's supposed to be in the mail this week. So we were hoping for that to arrive, and so we're excited to see that wheel get here so that we can grab a tire out of the warehouse, get that all mounted up, and get it on the Jeep. All right, today's an exciting day because we just heard back from our shipping receiving guy that the spare wheel for the Jeep WJ has finally showed up. Now we ordered a fifth spare for this and found out that it was out of stock everywhere in the United States, but we were able to pull some strings with some vendors, track one down, and then get it here so we could wrap this project up. Now I really personally like this wheel. The customer had the same wheel but in a smaller version, and he decided to take the risk, try out a 20-inch. So this is a tough T15, 20 by 10 -19 wheel in a gloss black finish, and I really think it sets this Jeep off. I mean, for the Jeep guys out there, there's a lot of guys that like small wheel, a lot of tire. We were able to get a good combination of both, I think, with this package. But yeah, so there you're checking out the tough T15 20 by 10 gloss black. Looks like it's in perfect shape, so we'll be able to get this over to the boys, get it mounted up, and then get it test fit on the Jeep as soon as that roof rack comes back from powder. I was so excited to find out that that wheel was shipping out and it was due to arrive to us any day because, I mean, to be honest, our vendors, those guys are the real superheroes. They come through in the clutch when we need something, and it's what makes Extreme Customs kind of one of those companies where if you're needing something that's just not available out there, we might have the hookups to be able to get that done for you. And we definitely were able to pull some strings, get that tough wheel here for the customer so that he would be able to have, all 5 wheels matching and he didn't have to go with a steel wheel or something like that for the spare. Man, does anybody else think it's weird that it's raining in January, especially up here in Wisconsin? Usually this would be like a 4 or 5 inch snowstorm, but maybe the whole global warming thing's true. Hey, so we're taking a quick walk to the back warehouse here where we keep all the wheels and tires in stock. Now again, we stock thousands of wheels, thousands of tires, and it makes it easier for these builds that come in because then we're able to just grab a set of tires off the shelf, get it set up. Now this customer wanted to go with a real aggressive mud tire, obviously because this Jeep's gonna be seeing some terrain. So we got them set up on a set of these 305 5520. They're a set of mud terrain attacks made by Amp. Now this is a really aggressive, badass tire for the trail. So a lot of those guys out there may be looking for a different aggressive mud tire. Don't sleep on these Amps, the MTs, but we're gonna get this inside. We're gonna get it over by the guy. Smell welding gas? I don't know, it smelled like gas there for a second. All right, we're gonna get back to the guys though, get this ready to go for when that roof rack comes back from powder. Anybody think it's weird that it's raining in January?
Oh, man, I almost ate shit.
You got quick feet though. So what the customer decided to go with for wheels was a set of 20 by 10 tough T15s. Now these are 20 by 10s rocking a -19 offset. So they're gonna stick out just about to the edge of the fenders and not much more, which when you're coming down the trail, you don't wanna have the widest rig. You wanna be able to still fit in those narrow spaces. So with running the -19 offset, it's not gonna look like the wheels are tucked in too far. It's still gonna have that wide aggressive stance, still gonna be able to fit through those small tight spaces on the trail while still making this thing look like modern day Hot Wheels. So I'm about to hand this tire off to my man Ross here. You got this handle for me?
Yes, sir.
Right on. All right, so he's gonna get that put together and then we're gonna get that ready for the Jeep when that powder coating rack comes back. Is it detecting a bent rim or something? This one's tripping.
It is. Because it was.
So smart weights are off.
Smart weights off. It's got nothing loaded. So basically we ran it on the one balancer and it was saying that the limits were too high, so we ran it on another balancer just to double check. It's kind of the helpful part about having multiple machines is that we can kind of cross check them. That machine needed to be recalibrated, so we're able to jump on this one. It's been freshly calibrated and get this wheel set up. So after I handed off that tire and wheel to Ross, he ran it on our machine, got it mounted up perfect, but when we ran it on the balancer, he encountered an issue. So he grabbed me real quick, I ran over, we put it on a different machine, found out one of our machines just needed to be recalibrated, so we were able to get that wheel balanced to perfection, and then we got it back over here ready for the Jeep, so that when that rack comes back from powder coat, we'll be able to get it on top and get that done right away.
All right, so here at Extreme Customs, my responsibilities are the day-to-day customer builds and accessory builds and making sure that everything locally is taken care of. What brought me here? What brought me here? Let's see here. I was asked to come work here. A couple buddies, you may know them. I just basically came here because I like to turn wrenches. I like cars. I like to create. I'm not much of a fabricator as the hood. Name drop.
We can't all be as good as the hood.
No, we can't. But, I can do my part. For fun, I build it, race it, wreck it, rebuild it, repeat. That's what I do. Mr. Corvette guy builds Corvettes, races Corvettes, breaks Corvettes, fixes Corvettes, and on the side, I come here to work.
Ladies and gentlemen, horsepower trips this man's trigger. We better get back to work.
Yes, let's go.
So we all know out there on the road, rust is the real enemy when it comes to your vehicle. You can do everything you want to try and make your vehicle awesome, but if the foundation isn't there and it's rotted out, you're just gonna have issues down the road. So we took this rust on head on this week and found the spots that were gonna be some trouble areas down the road and really spent that little bit of extra attention getting everything solid so there won't be any issues for this customer when he's enjoying his Jeep on the trails. So when it comes to strengthening the frame on a WJ or really any unibody Jeep, they make these add-in pieces that essentially will weld right to the unibody, and then what that'll do is just give the unibody that extra structural integrity that it might be lacking after 15, 20 years on the road. I mean, it's really one of the only ways to strengthen the frame on these or strengthen the unibody without really going through and doing everything over. I mean, if it's too far gone, there might be some more fabrication involved, but we got to this at the right time, I would say, where we're able to use these plates and give this Jeep, give its unibody 5 more years, 10 more years, maybe before it would need some more attention. So on the other side, we got them ready to go. We're about to have a fabricator get going on welding, and what he's gonna do is he'll actually weld through all these plugs here and make this piece solid to the unibody, and then that'll allow us to bolt the gas tank skid plate and the rear bumper. Oh boy. So right now what we're doing is marking out the holes where the unibody's gonna have to get ground back, and then in those spots we'll actually weld around, and then the tops and the bottoms of the plates will also get welded to the unibody. All right, so this side is welded in, but it's not grinded smooth. So this is just about what you're gonna get before you clean it up and make it look pretty, but that's with the rear panel welded in. So all the holes are filled. You got that extra structural rigidity going on over here, and if you want to peek at the other side, you'll see what the finished product looks like. So when it's all said and done, it's gonna look nice and clean. It's almost gonna look like it wasn't even put on there. And that's the goal we were going for. It's just one of those things that the owner's gonna know, have peace of mind that the unibody isn't gonna rot out on them with all the extra stuff we're doing. Now there's gonna be a little bit more fabrication that's gonna go into the bottom side of this, because again, we'll have some issues. There's a little bit of rust and rot, and that's our number one enemy right now, is just making sure that all this rust in here isn't gonna be a problem later on down the road. So after the frame stiffening plates that are being installed, the next step is to strip the whole underside, undercoat everything, seam seal all the edges, and really just make sure that those problem areas that we address now aren't gonna come up on a later date. So we got, a day or two left before we can put the wheels on and see what this thing looks like on the ground? Like 3 days, 4 days? A week? Well, I guess you guys are gonna have to stay tuned, because we're gonna be getting this thing done here in the next couple weeks. And if you haven't subscribed already, extremecustoms.tv on YouTube. That's where you're gonna find all the coolest content coming out of Extreme Customs Garage.